This is my 2024 Ducati Supermoto. Hypermoto, whatever you want to call it. Crazy cold start, I know. Today, I'm going to be riding this bike to class, and there's a reason why I dumped my truck off at home and came all the way here to grab my Supermoto. It's because I'm not riding to my normal class that you guys usually see me riding to in these types of videos. So the way my schedule is set up this semester that you guys usually see is in my morning classes, I have 2 STEM classes, and then I have a little bit of space for lunch, and then I have a policing course, another big STEM course, and then a rock band course that I just took for fun. This is not my usual time to be filming these types of videos. My policing course today had a test, and so I couldn't take off that little time in between my STEM classes and the policing course to go ride for a little bit because I had to study for that test. I like to study last minute, don't judge me. So this is actually after I got out of that test. I decided to run home really quick, drop my truck off, grab my bike, and ride to my least favorite class on my entire lineup. And this bike and that class kind of remind me of a story and make me think about things, and I'm going to talk about that today. The story is going to begin with my first motorcycle back in 2020. I bought my first bike technically 2019, but I didn't really get to fully ride it and learn how to ride it until 2020. I was 18 years old, just got out of high school. Well, I was technically still in high school when I was starting to learn how to ride. Long story short, that first bike, my 2008 Yamaha FC6, made me fall in love with these two-wheeled machines, with motorcycles. Oh my god, that's embarrassing. No, I can't include that. Well, if I left it in, I edit my own videos. Are you joking? Double stall on the Ducati 698. Wow, that's bad. That decision of me getting into motorcycles for the first time ended up shaping the next 5 years of my life, next 6 years of my life. So I graduated high school, I had this motorcycle, and so when it came time to join college, when it came time to sign up for college, to go to college classes, get my degree, be an adult, I was left with 2 choices. A, consume a lot of money, take out a massive loan, and go to a college. Go to a college, stay at a dorm, and get the full college experience. Or I could stay at home with my parents in Cleveland, Ohio, or the general area. I could stay at home, save a crap ton of money, and own a motorcycle, and just ride that to school when it's nice out. So when left between the 2 choices of living on campus, having the full college experience, going to parties, making friends, yada yada yada, and choosing to ride motorcycles, I went with option B. I would still go to classes, but I would be able to afford and own a motorcycle and ride that to class whenever I felt like it. Kind of like what I'm doing right now. Now, most kids, when you think about staying home from college, you think about, oh, that's probably the more sensible decision. You would think that I made the best decision possible. You get to stay at home, I just commute to college, you end up saving, it was like an extra, $10,000, $15,000 a year. It would have been to stay on campus. I'm still in school now. I would still be living on campus if I chose to go to a faraway school. Probably could have gotten maybe a slightly better education. Maybe if I did my research better on colleges, I could have gotten a school that maybe taught me a little bit better, maybe felt a little bit more fulfilling. I'm still feeling the ripple effects of that decision 4 years later. I'm in my senior year of college. I'm almost done with school. I think I've mentioned it a few times in these videos, but getting closer to the finish line, you would think things would become easier. Well, today is a Monday, and unfortunately today I'm riding to a class that is needed, it's required to graduate. This is like an all-encapsulating capstone level course. It's like a 400, 500 level course, I forget. But it is full. We're supposed to take advantage of everything that we've learned so far in our senior year and apply it in a group setting, working with other people that I share my degree with. Now, in concept, that sounds great. I get to actually sit down and apply everything that I've learned in my own creative fashion, working with other people. That sounds like exactly everything I've been looking for and describing in these videos. I've mentioned in other videos, I hate the classes where you just have to sit down, you write down information in lecture, and then you regurgitate it on a test. I've literally said this a million times. And so you think I would enjoy a class where you get a little bit more freedom to actually decide what you're doing. We as a class got to decide what the project was going to be and how things get delegated to each person. Oh no, traffic. No. Do I sit in this and do I go? If this was California, it'd be a no-brainer. This capstone class has probably been my least favorite course I have ever taken in my life. I hate it and I dread it with every fiber of my being. I only have it on Mondays and Wednesdays, and it depresses me every single Sunday and Tuesday that I have. It's been destroying me all winter. It's a very real possibility that the people I share this class with could be seeing this video, but I don't care. You know, at certain points, whatever to me. It's only a class of 7 or 8 people. It's a very small class size. It's a very small university. It's a very small degree. I'm studying environmental science. There's barely anybody at this university. And of the people that are in this class, I've been sharing classes with these people for the past 4 years. This was probably done on purpose because they wanted us to collaborate more. They wanted us to work together. And so you'd think working with people that you're familiar with, that would have more collaboration. Well, these people are not my friends. These are just people I have been going to class with. It's kind of like the people that you go to class with in high school. Kind of, because I've spent even less time with them than the people in high school. These are just people that I see maybe an hour a day, like 3 times a week. I'm not friends with them. I don't even know their names. I never bother to learn pretty much half of their names. I think I maybe know 1 or 2 people's like by name. Meanwhile, these people pretty much, from what I can tell, have been living on campus or nearby campus for the entirety of these past 4 years. This university, this learning experience, that is their entire life, which is not a bad thing. That's not me trying to roast them or anything, but the byproduct of them all being friends, of them partying together, knowing each other, living together, even some of them share dorms. I have been the odd one out. And unfortunately, because of social media and like me posting online, and this is not me complaining about, oh, woe is me, I posted videos online and I'm reaping the consequences of it. It's more just like, most of them have either a perception of me or maybe know me better than I know them. They have their preconceived opinions of me before I can even like get out a sentence or say anything. And so far, ever since this first day of this class, I've just been left out of the conversation. I mean, there are people in this class, like when I had my motorcycle accident last year, I was in a group with some of the people in this class, and they would just meet up without me. While I was recovering from my motorcycle accident, they would just like meet. Like while I was like well enough to like get up and walk around, they would just yeah, like let's meet up to talk about our group project without me, like with their own little group chat, and wouldn't tell me until after. And now I'm in my senior year, and I need this class to graduate, and I'm working with people that have actively excluded me in the past, don't like me, or just like don't know me, and I hate it. Wow, there's a cop right there. How did I know that there was gonna be a cop right there, and I should like chill out in this exact spot? Isn't that crazy? Give it a little pop, pop, pop. I love this little bike. What are you gonna do? You gonna arrest me for pops? All right, get some twisties up in here. Lean off the bike. Lean off the bike. I love this thing. And so that's kind of why I decided to ride this bike today over any of my other bikes. Not just because it's the only bike that I have never done with this like ride the school series that I've done, but because this bike doesn't fit in. It is by far the bike that gets the least amount of views on my YouTube channel, and that's okay. I don't care. You know why? Because I love it. This is by far my favorite motorcycle that I own. It's a weird bike that nobody understands because it's weird. It's a big, giant supermoto. It's a big, giant one-cylinder. It's not a fully fared sport bike like my Ducati V4 or H2. It's not a 1000cc motorcycle. It's not even a comfortable naked bike like my MT-07. It's not a really fast track bike like my Yamaha R6. No, this is basically a street bike. It's a very uncomfortable street bike, but it's just meant to be a hooligan, do whatever you want machine. It's a very, very specific use case, almost more specific than my H2 is, but in that same fashion, it reminds me of myself a little bit. I'm a fan of the impractical. This is the unpopular bike. This is the weird one. And because of my life choices and the things that I love and things that I choose to do, that has put me in a spot where I'm not necessarily a popular person in my classes. Parking all the way over here in the corner. I've tried making this expression known to my professor in this class. Like the very first day, I was just like, hey, I'm working in a collaborative environment with a bunch of people that are kind of abrasive when I'm working with. And if we're being graded on how well we work with others, this kind of feels unfair. I'm in this environment with a bunch of people that have been working together and are like friends with each other and like very friendly with each other. And I'm not. I am the odd one out, and so it just feels unfair. Like if I'm going to be graded on that, like I have an uphill battle to fight that not everybody else has. And there might be some people that are like, grow a pair. You know, that's part of working in a collaborative environment, which is kind of what my professor was saying. Yeah, when you're working a job in the real world, you're gonna have to work with people that you don't necessarily agree with or are on the same level with everything. But my counterpoint to that is when you're at a job, you're being paid to be there. It's a little bit easier of a pill to swallow when you're being paid a salary and like you have more of a reason to be there. You earn that position. This is like, as a student, you're the one paying money to be there. It doesn't make any sense. Like why are you paying money in a situation where it's like you're not getting the same learning experience as everybody else? But again, professor's just like whatever, so I'm kind of stuck doing what I'm doing now, and I hate it. But riding the bike to it makes it feel a little bit better, so it's not all bad. And I know this probably ain't the good, happy vibes that we're used to on this channel, but this is why I wanted to record this today, is just to be able to get this out, to be able to express this, because I haven't been able to the entirety of winter, the entirety of the time that I've been taking this class. It's a very unique feeling, and I wish it didn't have to be this way. I really do. Freedom, baby. Yeah, it's just warm outside now, dude. It's so much nicer right now than when I went into class, which is like the total opposite of what happened last time. Last time I got out of class and it was miserable outside. Now it's like, this is perfect riding weather. I'm in a little bit of a better mood now. I still feel like the entirety of my life energy has been drained out of me because of that class, but more so the concept of the class is more so what I've been dealing with, all the accumulation of what I've been dealing with all semester rather than just like this one day. Watch this. It's a walk sign, so we can just walk across. I've had friends win lawsuits, you know, I want to get that check too. Get myself a HP4, get myself a little, maybe an M1000, get myself a V4R when that comes out. Get myself an R1M, a garage, a house with a garage that I can keep all my bikes at, you know? What's a little bit more road rash, right? I got a helmet on, I'd survive it. The little car ain't gonna do nothing to me. I play that gamble every day, bro. I'm just like, I'm gonna walk out into the street. What are you gonna do about it? Hit me. Over the past year, I've gotten significantly more comfortable just doing things with my bikes. It's not that I stopped caring about them so much. It's more just like the life experiences and the actual part of doing things with my bike outweighs my worry about like what's going to happen to the bike, my anxiety of like, oh, I can't watch the bike while I'm in class, like something could happen to it. Like obviously I still worry, but I'm also like conscious enough to know that like I have insurance on this bike. If something happens, I could just put a claim on it and get a new one. Like, it's not a big deal. Part of it was probably because I crashed last year and, like, the process of the claim and, like, getting a new one, that wasn't really that hard. As long as I'm not, like, purposely doing dumb things on my bike, it's like, you can kind of just get a new one if something happens. I'm so much quicker on this bike around the street than I am any other motorcycle just because of how easy it is to ride. This bike handles the dirty streets of Cleveland so much better than any other motorcycle that I own too. It is quite literally the opposite of a flex bike. Kind of like my H2, like that H2. That's a flex bike. That is a bike that like people will click on a video just because it's an H2. This bike is the opposite to that. And I don't know, it makes me view bikes like the H2, like that's corporate. That thing is a corporate entity. That thing is a view thing. It's simply a vehicle to get people interested in who I am, I suppose. But it's not, that bike is not who I am. Unlike this bike. This bike is literally everything I aspire to be and want to be like. This bike is the weird one, like I said. It's the odd one out. That's a new V4 right there. What's going on, buddy? Did you just yoink my V4? This thing's awesome. It's just so incredible how my mood, like, it's infinitely so much better as soon as I get out of class. I really try to be an advocate for education on this page. I think education is important. I think the right education is important, but I also am a believer that college should not be the be-all, end-all of your life. I really don't think that college is worth the price of admission these days, but when you choose to stay home, you should realize that you aren't just sacrificing nothing. I get videos from my little brother. My little brother is he's like in an ROTC program, so I mean he's getting his college paid for. He gets to go there for free, but I see little videos here and there of him. He looks like he's having a lot of fun meeting new people. And like I get to meet new people through my motorcycles, and like it's a different lifestyle, but college friends, like they're running around dorms. He's got co-ed dorms, dude. He's learning social skills that it's taken me years to learn. Please see attendant. I'm not seeing attendant, buddy. Another list of unconventional things about this bike. Look at that. Removable gas cap. I hate it. My least favorite part about this bike, to be honest with you. I was praising this bike for being weird and different, but this is one of those things that's like, probably could have done without it. I think it was a little bit unnecessary on Ducati's part, but whatever. They did it. It was their decision. That has been my ride to school on the Ducati Hyper 698. If you guys enjoyed this little ride to school, this little short ride, and a little story that I told, make sure you guys stick around for the next one. My name is Matthew Woods, I'll take it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.